Yo, what is up everyone, Jay here, back again with another Fire Emblem Heroes reaction video to this month's Mythic hero. And it is a very unexpected one, but a very cool one in my opinion. And it is Ullr from Genealogy of the Holy War. Now if you don't know who she is one of the 12 Crusaders from the JoJo games. And she's a lore figure, and we finally have another like super duper cool, lore figure that's added to Fate that doesn't really have much appearances. Maltina was one from the Tellius games that only had like one appearance, and there's only I think there's only one piece of artwork for the 12 Crusaders. So here she is, Ullr, glowing up. She looks great, really cool art. I think Suzuki Rika here did really good, and yeah, it's just really cool to see, Intelligent Systems actually utilize their lore and all the lore that they have, and bring these lore characters to life. Because I mentioned before how Tellius has a lot of lore characters, but JoJo also has a ton of lore material. I mean, there's 11 other Crusaders. It's not just Ullr here, so she's the first one to be added. A lot of people are surprised it's not, some other Crusader like Thrud or something. I can't name them all off the top of my head. My JoJo lore knowledge isn't that great. I'm more well versed in Arcanea, but yeah, that's basically what Ullr is. She's one of the 12 Crusaders, and then of course, the bloodlines and all that stuff, the descendants. You'd have to, if you want to know about her, you can obviously read up about her, but I'm a sucker for lore, so the fact that she's into the game as this lore character, one of the Crusaders, like I said, is in the game, it's really, really cool. So yeah, here she is, and she is a blue bow infantry unit as a light mythic. So that's pretty cool, and she also, I believe, adds a 6th slot to your team. I think that's the biggest draw for her. Even though her as a unit, she's very strong. As you can see, her kit, we'll get into it, but she doesn't like provide any support in terms of like Peony. She doesn't have the support Peony has, for example. So that might turn off some people. She's purely like an offensive unit in terms of her combat abilities for sure. So here's her kit. She is the original wielder of Ufel. I think I'm saying that right. Hopefully I'm saying it right. I apologize if I'm not, but that's how I've always said it over the years, Ufel. So here she is with Holy Ufel. Like I said, she's the original wielder of it, so of course she would have it for her mythic version. Gives a -1 cooldown, effective against flying foes, of course, and if she initiates combat or the foe is above or equal to 75% HP, she grants attack and speed +6 for free, basically, and then neutralizes penalties to attack and speed, so it's going to be really hard to slow her down, and she also stops the guard effects. So that's really powerful. So units like Fallen Edelgard that have Armored Wall, she's going to be able to pierce through that, and she also has Deadeye to pierce through damage reduction as well, of course, and then Life and Death 4, really strong A skill, of course, and then this B skill, that's her PRF B skill. I'm not going to try to pronounce that because I'm not going to be able to, probably. YNGVI Ascendant. This B skill is pretty nice for an offensive unit like her. Like I mentioned, she's purely offensive. So she has the neutralization of follow-up attacks or anything that prevents it, so no follow-up, and then a pretty much better desperation. And she's probably going to be doubling most people because she's going to be really, really fast. So it's not a brave effect, obviously, but desperation, pretty much really easy to get desperation that has no HP threshold. You just have to initiate combat, is really, really cool. That's a very strong B skill for sure. And then times pulse to make Deadeye into a one-turn special. So she's very strong on the offensive side. Like I mentioned, she doesn't provide any support, unfortunately, but in terms of a combat unit, she's going to be amazing, and obviously providing that 6th slot on your offense during light season. She doesn't really solve any problems with Not right now, or Note, should I say, and the terrorization that's going on in Aether Raids with Pathfinder, but it's just, I don't really care about that. I'm just really happy that we have a mythic like her, and it's about time they started on the 12 Crusaders, because like I mentioned, JoJo has a lot of mythical material, and I mean, Bramamond, one of the 8 legends, we still have 7 other legends to add, so they're never really going to run out of mythics anytime soon, because there's just so much, and obviously we still have OCs. So actually, let me go back. I didn't even get to the units. So here's the banner, the rest of the units on the banner. Air is nice to merge her up if you guys are merging her up. Yune is decent. Milla is going to be really good. Salif is decent. It's obviously worst version of his dad, basically. Shamir is really good. Legendary Dimitri is amazing. Regan's really good. Saros is really good. Luis is decent, I guess. Luis and Pent are here. Okay, so the couple's here. And Legendary Sigurd. So Sigurd and Salif are sharing colors, which is pretty funny. So if you wanted to get Sigurd, who's obviously one of the best Cavaliers in the game, or if not the best red cavalier in the game. You're gonna have to probably get his son a couple times. But this banner I think is pretty decent. I think the worst color is probably worst color might be green, to be honest. Colorless, even though it does have Luis. I mean, she has good fodder. As a unit, she's pretty good too, but she doesn't have a PRF. Like, air is good for people who want to merge her. And I guess for Mystic Boost, even though Mystic Boost has kind of lost value because it's a Sacred Seal now, but some units can use Mystic Boost in B slot pretty well. For example, regular Alm can use it pretty well. But yeah, Milla's really good if you want to get her. Colorless, I'd say, is second worst. And then I think green is worse just because Yune is not that great of a unit and not great of a fodder right now, at least. And Shamir is amazing. She's amazing, but Pent... No, I mean, Pent and Shamir are really good units, but like... infantry pulse teams have kind of died down in Aether Raid, so like Pent, you don't really see him that much, but I mean, Pent is still really good as a unit, of course, and good support. Blue giving you Legendary Dimitri, Saros, and Ullr here is really good because I'd say blue is probably the best color for sure. Those three units are all pretty amazing. I mean, some people are just going to say Ullr's trash, but I mean, I don't know. It's just subjective. I think she's pretty good. Obviously, as an offensive unit, she's going to be probably the hardest hitting blue bow unit in the game next to Legendary Crom. But that's not saying much because there's not that many. There isn't that many blue units or blue bow units in the game right now. But you know, Legendary Crom definitely has some competition, I guess now. Except she can actually be fast and not have to stack a bunch of speed because she's just going to be blazing fast for sure. Probably going to have like 40 base attack and 40 base speed. Who knows? Or at least 40 base speed with Life and Death 4, and then just getting more speed, Deadeye. So in terms of like offense, she's amazing. And Legend Dimitri obviously is amazing in just both sides, and Saros is good as well for anima defense. So I'd say this banner is pretty good. The worst colors, like I mentioned, colorless and green are probably the worst, but Shamir is an amazing unit. She also has good fodder, no follow-up and text meet solo. Pent is good fodder as well. Yune is just kind of a dud. And then, yeah, I don't know. I say green and colorless in terms of ranking them and how good they are. I think it's kind of... It just depends what you want, really, but I'd say those two are the worst colors. And then red is the second best. Seliph, I guess, is kind of a dud, but Regan and Sigurd are really good. And then blue's the best. So this Mythic banner is really, really cool. I'm really happy for Jugdraw fans that they're finally getting the 12 Crusaders. Because it was like, I already knew that they would add the 12 Crusaders eventually. It was just a matter of when, you know. The same with the 8 Legends. Like, people expected the 8 Legends to come out. A lot of people expected Athos to come out first, but then we had Ramamon first, which is really cool. So we still have 7 more Legends to add, so can't wait when they get added. So yeah, overall, I think this banner is pretty good. Kind of some duds, but overall, I'm just most excited that we have like more mythical lore characters coming to life. I mean, how can you not think this is cool, especially if you're a Jugdraw fan? Now, before I end this video, we can actually look at what Ullr looked like before she got a Mythic in FEH. I tweeted about it actually on my Twitter. Follow me, by the way. So here's Ullr's glow up. This is her cropped art from the 12 Crusaders art. You can look it up. It's probably online somewhere. It's apparently the only piece of art that we have of the 12 Crusaders. So this is her, and now this is her in FEH. So really cool glow up. I'm happy she's in the game. I'm always down for lore characters, and like I said here, I'm pretty excited to see what they'll do with the other Crusaders. And of course there are other 8 Legends, so those two like groups, the 8 Legends and the 12 Crusaders, are like the big lore characters that people really want, or at least the lore characters that have like names. You obviously have other mythic figures like Anri could get into the game, Mars Ancestor could get into the game, maybe, I'm not sure, but maybe probably a year from now or something, who knows. Anri, Medius is still not in the game. It's cool that Ullr got into the game before like a lot of other mythics that people were expecting, like Anankos, Medius, like I mentioned. So this is definitely very unexpected, but very, very cool. I'm not going to be pulling on this banner because Brave Marth is coming up very, very soon, and they'll probably drop a FEH channel, I think, maybe about it. So I'm excited for that. But I'm happy for Jugdraw fans, so if you are a Jugdraw fan, I know a lot of friends that are Jugdraw fans, so they're definitely very hyped for this. And yeah, so that is pretty much my reaction and analysis to the Ullr Mythic banner. Thank you guys for watching. Let me know if you're going to be summoning on this banner, and if you do, good luck. And yeah, please stay safe out there, and peace out.